The Ketamine Queen strikes again as new evidence arises connecting the death of Matthew Perry to his doctor, who was distributing and is now pleading guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. This is kind of crazy. Everybody kind of thought this was happening. Matthew Perry was a known addict, addicted obviously to a lot of drugs, ketamine being included.
Well, let's talk about the best parts about him. He was one of the cast members on the show Friends, a hit show.
Chandler Bing.
They were actually talking about doing maybe a reboot, but obviously they can't do a reboot with all the original cast. They still can do it, but yes, Matthew Perry had he had a career afterwards of some movies, but he did struggle with addiction, and I believe he was clean for a certain amount of years.
They say that he had some serious addiction issues while the shooting of Friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but again, really the whole situation now is that how Dr. Plasencia was distributing ketamine, getting in from this woman known as the Ketamine Queen, and who knows if this is in ties to try to get this woman who's like a known drug pusher, and I don't know, this doctor just came out of nowhere now, 4 counts of distribution of ketamine, also known as Special K, which is an anesthetic, a horse tranquilizer. It's used to cut drugs. Jeez. Pretty scary stuff. Could cause death, obviously. And now he's looking at anywhere from between 40 and 120 years in prison. So he obviously is trying to plea out. Maybe he's helping the FBI or the police officers to try to, get this woman.
And anybody that partakes in any drugs, you got to be very careful, because Special K is very, very dangerous. It's a horse tranquilizer, and it's found in certain, you could do Special K. There's 2C out there. You got to be very careful. Any of these stuff have mixed Special K, and it's not meant for consumption. It really is not. It's meant to put horses
to sleep.
To sleep.
Well, not to change topics here about Matthew Perry, but I just listened to I don't know if you listened to this, the Joe Rogan Kash Patel podcast.
No.
And Joe Rogan is interviewing Kash Patel, who's the director of the FBI. And he's talking about how certain countries, the CCP, China, is infiltrating America essentially with fentanyl. So the way that fentanyl is used is that it's made up of different factors. It's made in China. It's then compiled in Mexico or Canada or India, and then it's compiled to make fentanyl. And then what they do is they put that into certain drugs, and just 1 milligram too much of fentanyl, and you overdose and die.
What's the point of making it then? I know that's to chase that high is what they say, but at what cost? Your life? It's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, Kash Patel is pretty much saying that, listen, this is an attack on American soil, and they're trying to hurt the futures of America by drugging and forcing overdoses. Ketamine, maybe not as lethal as fentanyl, but again, the way the drugs are cut, street drugs, too much ketamine, too much fentanyl, completely dead. Got to be very careful out there if anybody's using recreational drugs. But I want to see what happens with this doctor with regard to the Matthew Perry matter.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you have a doctor who holds a license, right? He's there to be entrusted to protect people that are sick or coming to him for help, and he should be prescribing medication that's needed and warranted for that patient.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than trying to, there was messages there that he was texting somebody else that we can make a lot of money, essentially calling Matthew Perry a moron because there was a financial gain, there was a financial motive rather than Matthew Perry's health motive.
He's got a medical obligation to treat the patients appropriately, and not for nothing. This is like the modern day Dr. Kevorkian, where people are saying, "Hey, I want to die, put me out." Not legal. So, and I think this doctor is also tied in with some other doctors who are also involved in the distribution of Special K. So, interesting to see what happens. And I'm really interested to see if this is connected to the Ketamine Queen, who's known for distributing ketamine, because I could foresee this being a Netflix documentary story at some point.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then like over the weekend, I was reading another story, like Hayden Panettiere. If you remember the show Heroes on NBC years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Save the world, save the cheerleader.
Yeah.
And she was the cheerleader in that show, if you recall.
I didn't watch it.
But you know the commercial, you'd hear that all the time. You'd say, Heroes, save the world, save the cheerleader. And you tune in each week. But Hayden Panettiere was the cheerleader in that show. And even like her life after that just went on.
Drug addiction?
Well, I was reading a story. I didn't realize she had substance abuse addiction. She started, like, during that show or her early days, they were giving her these happy pills, they would call it. And happy pills lead to more happy pills. And happy pills lead to she needs happy pills all the time. And then but I don't need water with type pills. I need my vodka or I need my gin or whatever it is. And then drinking and pills, and God knows if there's anything else involved. But it's a road for disaster. You can't keep up that type of lifestyle.
Addiction's scary. Addiction's crazy. Definitely get help. Seek help if you have addiction issues. Talk to somebody. Go to AA meetings, whatever the case may be.
There's a lot of great resources out there. There's a lot of recovery centers that can give help and all that stuff. But
and we have actually friends that work in that space as well.
We do. We do.
Call us. Let us know. We'll connect you if you do need help. But the reality of it is, just because a doctor's prescribing it doesn't mean it's healthy. Do your research. Make sure this is not just you going on some bender. Make sure you actually need it. Get multiple, what do they say? Get a second opinion.
When's the last time you had a cold or a fever, you went to the doctor and they prescribed you Special K? Doesn't happen.
No, never.
They don't give you ketamine for that. They give you, they send you to give you antibiotics. So Matthew Perry, again,
obviously paying somebody under the table.
He should have realized if he's paying all this money, it's probably not legitimate diagnosis that's going on. And again, he might have been fueled by the addiction.
I think he definitely was,
which probably led to the downfall. So if everybody recalls, Matthew Perry was found dead in his
He drowned in his bathtub, I think.
No, it was his pool or hot tub. I don't know which one it was, but he was face down. They found him, and they were, they didn't find foul play other than drugs, but they don't believe anybody else was, there was no murder. It just was.
Let us know your thoughts about the death of Matthew Perry. Should this doctor serve time? Was he just doing his job? Click like, subscribe, tune in, leave us a comment.
Yeah, and let us know if you like the show Friends or what your favorite show of the 90s was.
Yeah. Saved by the Bell.